Hello, you beautiful people, and once again, welcome to Combat 101, in which we show you how to manipulate the fight phase. We've so far kind of addressed the basics of how to gain movement, but today we're going to be focusing on how to fight the horrendous beast that is fights first. There's lots of armies out there that have fights first, and it can cause huge issues for you and your combat units. So, we're here to save the day. Well, I say we, I mean Ed. Ed, how do you get
Oh,
around fights first?
okay, cool. So we're going to go through the scenario. We've got six. We've got a unit of 6 8 bound and the Lord Invo because that's a fun unit, and we all love 8 bound because they're great. And we're fighting up against the unit of 10 Crusaders with the Judicar with Sigma and Seal. So basically, when they do a lot of damage, they're fighting first, and they have oafed our unit. So if we charge up that unit, they'll be lethal on fives, sustain on fives, reroll into hit, and they will murder us to death. So they've set this up. They think they've set this up great, but they haven't, because it means that we can actually get around it because they put a nice little scout squad here. So first of all, we're going to go with our movement. So we're going to go with our movement just here. So effectively, what we're going to do is move this guy, an amount, so we can get a charge into these scouts. The goal here is not to charge the Crusaders straight away, and we want to basically use the Lord Invo's base size as much as we can. So he's got a 2-inch charge into the scouts, and we want to be exactly 2 inches away from the Lord Invo, so that when we roll a charge, it's very unlikely that we're going to have to base with these 8 bound. And these 8 bound basically move up in the same way, and this is what we're going to be setting up. Now we roll our charge. For ease, we're going to say that this one was a 6. So if we roll a 6, this guy has to base. So this guy is going to move first and base like so. Base like so here. So he's outside an inch of these guys because he hasn't declared them as a target. And these guys have to end closer to the scouts. So but they can't base anywhere, obviously, because we'd have to go like a 9 to base there. So we move these guys here, which all of this is still close to the scouts. Here, and here, and here. And now, and make sure we have coherency with this guy. Yeah, and then we activate the unit. So, because obviously, this is on the presumption they don't have any heroics here. So with a heroic, this could be more difficult. But we're going to go on the assumption that they don't have a heroic here, or you could charge this unit with something else in this corner to stop them from heroicing with unit jackals or something. And then this unit activates. So this unit piles in first and goes now because now that these guys can't fight first because we've put it this way. These guys can now all pile in. And now we've got a full unit of 6 8 bound to attack this poor unit of 10 Primaris Crusaders in the Judicar, who now can't attack us first, and the Lord Invo can attack these scouts. So this is how you manage to activate units around the fight first. Heroics can make this more difficult, and and that's something you have to bear in mind and watch out for whilst you're planning out your charges. But it's also reactive, so you can bait out the heroic in another way on the fight first unit. But this, whilst they have 1 CP or 0 CP and that sort of thing, this is how you get around the fights first. Because now you're activating a full unit of 6 8 bound into these poor Crusaders, and a Lord Invocatus into the Scout Squad, which realistically should clear out most of this without having to worry too much about the response back. That's it.
No, that's great. And you have to remember, people watching, that this is works because no longer do you only have to fight the things that you charged.
Correct.
So obviously in like 8th, 9th edition, that was a thing, but now in 10th, if you can get there, you can punch it. And so
Yep.
what Ed has done here is he's blocked himself off from getting his like punchy bits into the scouts by using the base of the Invocatus, which means he can go anywhere else, punch anything else. They don't get fights first because we've activated without being in engagement range. And it is quite beautiful and really, really sucks when it happens to you.
Yeah.
Go give it a go. Let us know in the comments if you've managed to pull off this sneaky trick, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
See you guys.